Hello, vlog people. Well, today, my friend Friday, I'm meeting in a park. It was sort of like, it's kind of like a date. Like I'll be wearing a white carnation. It's kind of actually feels sort of espionage-y, like I'm meeting you at the corner of. But here we are. We actually met Lisa Donovan. I'm really, really excited to talk to you. I am. I'm a huge fan.
I'm a huge fan.
Are you?
This is exciting.
We're mutual fans.
This is funny. I've never actually done an interview like this.
Really?
I just was realizing
I'm your first interviewee.
And I'm always usually playing characters. This is
who
funny.
Interview people.
This is
it's
funny.
a little different on the other side, isn't it?
Different.
Well, first of all, I'm sure you guys all know, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know that you were kind of like an innovator of YouTube. You were kind of like brought it to be what it's becoming and what it is, and you're sort of historical.
Oh, wow.
Well, you are kinda. I mean, you really sort of opened up that whole thing.
I mean, yeah, I guess we have been on there a long time. 2 years. So it was a very small little community when we got on there, for sure.
But it kind of, you're through the ceiling.
Yeah, and then all this great stuff happened. You know, it was kind of like while YouTube got big, we sort of...
Well, don't you think you had something to do with that?
Or it was me that made YouTube. It was me that made YouTube.
And I'm sure that you get a nice little royalty check from YouTube.
Of course.
That's the thing about YouTubing is, where's the money?
Show me the money.
But so first of all, okay, did you want to always do sketch comedy?
You know, it's funny. I didn't really study. I didn't think I was. I used to take lots of acting classes, but they were always dramatic parts. I thought I was gonna be a dramatic actress, and I loved character parts, and I'd play lots of fun characters, and but I never did that much comedy. We had a small production company. I did more production. I shoot, I edit. So I had a small production company.
Handy.
Yes, exactly. And then we found YouTube, and we're like, wow, this is going to be amazing. And I sort of put out some videos more to get us some production work. And then people watched it, and we're like, oh, you're funny. And I was like,
really?
Okay. And then I kind of went with it. And I mean, I love comedy, and I love, but I never, you know, I just never thought.
Don't you find though that if you apply the techniques of acting, of good acting, and acting classes, because to me, good comedy is it's reality based, and actually, you know, sometimes the fluffier something is, the more real and the more grounded it has to be. Sure. But I think what I have to say, and this is why I'm a fan, is you also you take a position. You make a social commentary. Yeah. This thing that I just saw, that you just put up, the Hillary as Norma Desmond. First of all, I just want to say this, and this is no offense to the YouTube generation, but there's a lot of people who don't know from Sunset Boulevard, who don't know who've never seen a black and white movie. Watch black and white movies. They inform us. Okay. Oh, yeah. Clearly, you knew from this movie. No, but
I love movies. I'm a diehard.
Are you? And you love Sunset Boulevard. What's not to love?
What's not to love? Yeah.
Gloria Swanson.
And I was surprised actually how many people so far I thought nobody would even get what we were doing.
Some are like, what?
Some don't know. Sure.
And then I believe that you linked
We linked it.
So they can educate themselves.
Yes.
That's very smart. But what I do love is that not only are you making a commentary that I suppose that Hillary is completely delusional at this point, but that sounds harsh. Or
even just that it almost seems like the biggest thing is it's more about the end goal as opposed to really helping the world. It feels like it's just this thing that she has to fill. That this is what her life was about, and it is. You know, this is her dream, and that I understand it, but it's getting to that point of their dream. Yes, and that it's getting to that point where it's just about that dream,
no matter what.
As opposed to what's. There's a big divide going on now, and I imagine this is going to hurt either candidate when it comes to McCain. And so this is just it's coming to the point where it's just, I mean, is that all it's about? Is this big dream?
And think of it this way too: it takes a monumental ego to want to be president of the United States.
Oh, yeah.
You can't separate it. Yeah. And this is a Clintonian fantasy. I mean, for her to historically be that, and you know what? I think she would be a fantastic president. You don't. I do think she'd be a great president. I think he's in the right time.
Right. And I think
we mean Barack Obama.
Yes,
No.
Yeah, I think what he has, I mean, he's amazing at speaking and making people feel united. Every speech he gives, even after North Carolina, he just makes you feel so confident. And he empowers you, makes you feel so good. And he has less blood on his hands is how I see it. I think she has a lot of people she owes and a lot of corporate ties.
This is true.
And that makes me nervous. And just the way her campaign has been run and the mudslinging and the negativity, it's like, that's not empowering to me.
No, and you want them to, and they occasionally throw in a thing of like, we're really on the same side.
And it's not you don't feel that.
Okay, enough about the politics. Although I could do that all the day long. But people don't care right
Nobody
now,
cares.
right? Yes, they do. You do care. That's the whole thing. That's why we're talking about Barack Obama, because he's made people have a voice.
For sure.
But let's talk about more important things. Let's talk about Gabby and Paulina. Again, social commentary. Gabby is like, where did this come from?
Okay, so, oh yeah, that's actually a long, okay. There's a possible project in the works, and through it I met, I don't want to, you know, because if it's not going to happen, you know, I just got to, if it happens, whatever. Anyway, so I met Jenna Elfman, you know, through the internet and stuff, and maybe doing this project, whatever, and we started.
Very funny.
She's like, she is so cool and down to, I can't even believe how amazing she is. Anyway, so and she is just like, hey, I wanna play, I wanna do some skits and do some fun things. So I was like, great. So we did this little Ashley Morehouse one, this other character I have, and then she was like, oh, I want to play this sort of character, the character that she is, Brenda, and you know, sort of meek and everything. And I was like, oh, great. You know what I'll do? I'll be this British person. I don't know what I was saying. It was just a character somewhere. Right. When she said she wanted to play this meek copy cleaner, that's what came to mind.
So
is that I want to play this person that glorifies the simplest, you know, tries to make it sensational. Like we make everything sensational in our culture nowadays.
We do.
So it's like it's about sort of sensationalizing the poor and the meek.
Funny.
And
and then you take Paulina, who is always reminding you of how horrible things were from where she is, and talking about sort of there's an undertone of how spoiled we are.
Definitely.
So it's great. I love that you do that.
She was fun, and that was from because I did a Hot for Words impersonation, right? And I've done all these. I've done many Russian accents, just not on YouTube. And then I was like, it would be so fun to play a Russian. After that, I was like, oh, this would be so fun. Let's just take it out. And then when we took it out in the street, I was like, wow, this does sound a lot like Borat. It had a very similar vibe, but it wasn't the intention. But I realized.
But those people are real. The Paulina people are real.
Yeah. And those graffiti artists.
Right.
And we have another one we're going to put up with this band.
That didn't know that you weren't?
No, they just came over and were like, hey, can we be on camera? I was like, okay, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They thought that
Same with the graffiti artists.
Yeah.
I think by the end, the graffiti artists started making fun of my piggies. Like ham and bacon.
I love that.
Yeah, they wanted to be on camera too with their graffiti.
Everybody wants to be.
And I was like, okay.
With their graffiti.
They wanted to have me show them tagging.
Show them doing an illegal thing.
Doing their tagging. And then the cops came.
Yeah,
it was pretty
perfect.
Funny. Yeah.
Now we didn't see the cops though, right? We just heard.
Well,
about
they
them.
drove like around, and then we were, you know.
But we never saw them on camera.
No, they never stopped.
But
they never
I
came
believe
over.
they were there.
Because apparently, if you're a certain age, you can carry paint. Is what I learned.
Who carries paint unless they're tagging?
Of course.
Who does?
But these boys informed me that they could carry paint because they were of
Yeah,
age.
because they were 18. Before I forget, I want to thank you for Lisa has agreed to be one of the judges on the War on War video contest, and I can't wait for you to see some of them.
I can't wait.
They're kind of amazing.
Tell us.
Well, I can't say anything because you know I can't be partial, but I can't say that I've seen some things that have completely blown me away.
It's so inspiring when you see, you know, when somebody just goes and makes something amazing.
Oh my God! Well, that's the other thing about YouTube. It's given this platform for people to express themselves, and in a time where, again, politically, I think there's been so much complacency, and with Obama, and I think YouTube helps people to express themselves, to speak out, to show where their heart is, and then also to do it artistically on top of that.
It's phenomenal. It's just this great equalizer where now everybody has a voice, and everybody can say what
Except some of them have the anonymous voice, and they're jerks.
They are jerks.
Okay, now tell me something. How has because you have like 4 gazillion subscribers. You do.
It's 4 gazillion.
That's the exact number I checked before we started this. So what has it done to your celebrity quotient in real life?
I get stopped sometimes. It's just funny. I mean, it'll be the most random. I was in Seattle and this girl at the coffee stand was just like LisaNova, or you know, it's always random. You just walk. It's not like overwhelming. People aren't bum rushing me on the streets or anything.
But they know. You can tell.
Just random people know, or just come up to me like, hey, I just want to say I love your video.